What's up, everybody? Your boy messed up, and I want to kind of go through how I messed up and what I did to fix it. So, as many of you know, the Audi RS3, it's very simple to work on. Everybody pretty much can do most of the work, general maintenance themselves. And I went ahead and tried to do that myself, and we learned a lot, to say the least. So, one of the biggest things that happened while changing out these spark plugs is you need to take off the ignition coil packs. And they're held in by these. They're triangular bolts, and they're very, very, very soft aluminum. And they end up twisting really easily, like this guy. Because that thing, and you can see it, because that thing is messed up. So let me show you guys what I ended up doing. So it was a whole thing. As you can see, I have the engine compartment apart. But if we look in here, we obviously have our coil packs here. One missing there, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what's holding in these coil packs is this bolt right here that sits right here, goes down. What I did was these things get so soft. It was literally the last thing. Spark plugs are changed, gapped, everything, all good. Last bolt freaking snapped on me. Like I said, you saw the picture. So that thing literally just sheared off, twisted, and just super soft. So you should always replace them. So what they have to replace them is these guys. They have these guys. So right here you can see is from a company called ARP. They are stainless steel bolts that hopefully won't twist and turn like the stock ones did. So let's go ahead and swap these out. As you can see here, after I messed up, what I had to do was, after I messed up there, I had to install a heli-coil. So that was not fun. The thing snapped off right there flush. I tried to use an extractor kit like this guy from Harbor Freight. You can see it right there. It did not work very well. If anything, I drilled it out, and this thing, because I think it got twisted, it was so difficult, and it was grabbing the teeth so tight that that thing is basically useless. So what I had to do was drill it out and install a heli-coil. So if you don't know, heli-coils are essentially coil replacement. What you do is drill out the old threads or messed up threads, cross-threaded threads, and you essentially drill a hole, tap it so this guy right here can fit and essentially act as the new threads. So I don't know if that's gonna lock in there, but there you go. So those are the new threads that are in the RS3 now. So we went ahead and did that exact process: drill, tap, and install the heli-coils. There's plenty of videos online. Go ahead and do it. But PSA for this video is definitely swap out those bolts. Do not use the stock ones, because those will ruin about a week's worth of time. So let's go ahead and finish up this install. I pretty much have it done. Man, oh man, it's been crazy. But yeah, PSA, short video relatively. Make sure you change those bolts. I'll keep a link down in the description. Buy them if you have an RS3 or any Volkswagen Audi product. Change these shits out, because they are not good. All right, so we're gonna start putting everything back together in this engine compartment. We're gonna grab our coil packs, dump them back into the positions we found them. Everything else should be good. We should be able to start up the car and go from there. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and attempt to start the car. After this whole ordeal, I'm really discouraged, but hopefully we did everything correctly. We did everything by the book, and everything wasn't too bad as far as what actually happened. It's a very simple issue that happened with a very simple fix. So as you saw, I went over a little bit, and that's really all that you really have to do. Nothing too bad happened. The worst thing that I guess could have happened is if I didn't gap the spark plug properly, but it should be at 0.024, I believe. So that's what it says everywhere online. So that's what we went with. So let's go ahead and start this guy up and see what happens. So wish me luck. All right, everything sounds like it's working well. We're just gonna go on a little test drive to make sure everything is working properly. And then, yeah, we're gonna put on the beauty cover and call it a day, because that was tough. It took me about a week just waiting for parts and everything, just because there's so many different things that you wanna buy. Let me show you actually one thing after. Stay tuned, because everybody should own these things. and they're wonderful. So let me go ahead and close this back up and go for a little ride. All right, so everything sounds good so far. We're just gonna go for a little cruise, a nice gentle cruise, just to make sure everything is a-okay and nothing's acting wonky, because if it is, I'm taking it to a shop now because I'm done. We're gonna go ahead and, like I said, nice slow gentle cruise. It sounds pretty good. Got our rumbles and all that, but we got a car in front of us and we're in my neighborhood, so I don't want to actually hoon too much. We're gonna take it nice and slow and whoa. Man, this car is so freaking low. I forget, honestly, but yeah, so far so good. Everything sounds good. No check engine light or anything like that, so we're good so far. Let's see if that continues. All right, so far we're pretty good. I didn't start the recording, but we're doing very well. No check engine light, no nothing like that. We just have our typical tire pressure, so we just have to fill up on that, and yeah, the car's back. We're good. That's so crazy. I mean, I don't know if any of you have been through the same thing as me, but I'm sure you have. Once your car's down and it's your own doing, it's so daunting. You don't know what to do with yourself. Your baby's down, and then on top of it, you spent all this money just for this thing that's not working. I don't know. It's so depressing and literally had me down. But right now, I'm on fucking cloud 9 right now. This is amazing. The car's back. I'm back. We're good. This is awesome. I was really down for a little bit, so man, I am so happy right now. This car's back, it's driving, I can actually enjoy it, and yeah, this is awesome. I'm so happy. I might just continue driving for a little bit and then pick this up later because this is awesome. Peace. All right, so the RS3 is back. We're all good, no issues anymore. So I'm super ecstatic. I was, like I said in that little clip, I don't know if I'm gonna include it or not, but like I said in that clip, I was so depressed, down and out when this car went down. It's so depressing when something like this happens to a car that you put all this money, time, effort into, and not only that, but you love, and you do something yourself that should have been so quick, so simple, and you mess up. So yeah, it's a learning experience. Now I feel very proud of myself, and I also, at the same time, am on the edge because I feel like something's gonna go wrong. So hopefully it doesn't. We did a good job just trying to making sure that nothing did go wrong again, and we went very slowly, carefully, followed all the instructions that we could, and hopefully our product that we have here is a very solid fix. So let me show you guys actually the piece that I pulled out. After I drilled out that bolt with this bit over here, we essentially have that left over, and this was able to be extracted, so everything else is pretty much chewed up at this point, but yeah, those are the rest of the screw that we have of this guy. So yeah, all right, so I just want to go over the few things that I really needed in order to get this job done. This right here is the lifesaver for sure. So this is a little bit different than your traditional top or die set. This is actually a thread restore kit. So what it does is essentially it doesn't really cut, if you can, let me see if I could get a good view on that. It doesn't really cut as much, essentially more so it cleans out the threads. So that's the number 6 that we used for our project. But as you can see, the threads are pretty much uniform as they would be in the actual item that you're using to thread. But if you look at a tap and die set, typically you can see the teeth are essentially more tapered, and if you start doing if you take a thread that's already okay and use this, you're gonna chew it up. So you don't want to use these. That's what I accidentally did. You want to buy yourself one of these kits. You want to buy yourself one of these kits, which essentially will clean the threads as you go through, and it won't really cut as much, more so reform and restore your threads. So this is an absolute game changer. This was great. It saved my life a little bit for one of the bolts. I didn't have to actually heli-coil. I was able just to clean up the thread and be fine. As far as the actual heli-coil set, we have this guy right here. We have the M6 heli-coils right here. We have a drill, we have the tap, and we have the actual tool that inserts the actual heli-coil, along with a tool that essentially you could use to tap in and knock out the little retainer tab that you see right there, which is essentially what's held on in this screw right here. So it's like that. So this is how it is. It slots in, and then essentially you tap, and then you use this to thread it in very slowly. And there's plenty of videos on YouTube. You could definitely go ahead and check them out. But yeah, one of these guys, this is what I was talking about earlier. Didn't do too much work, but this stuff is great. Tap Magic Pro Tap made it real easy to cut the threads and regroove them without any issues. So those are the tools I needed to fix it. But and then obviously you need one of these guys. This is essentially an extender for the thread tap. So this, just because it's such a small space you're working in, definitely need the 10-inch extension. Made things a lot easier to actually work on. And last but not least, good old your typical spark plug tool. So use this guy to take out the spark plugs very easy. And then other than that, you really just need a 10 mil. It's a 10 mil, and this is all you really should need is to do this entire job. But obviously we ended up needing this, that, and all the rest of this just because I messed up and these bolts are super soft. So as you can see, I got rid of the old hardware. You can see there's a few more because at first I decided to just go to Audi and get some new ones, but nah, these are trash, so we're not using them. So yeah, there we have it. We have our Audi RS3 back at it and mostly back to normal. So Audi RS3 is pretty much back to how we started off last Friday, a little bit more than a week and a half ago. This car's just been sitting here. So now we have her back. She's good. We've been just chilling with the Z for right now, but that's a fun part too. So not complaining. I'm happy. We're all done here, and yeah, back to the normal scheduled programming, I guess. But that was the install of the spark plugs in the Audi RS3, and what you want to make sure to not to do, like I did, was knock out and break one of those bolts off in the engine. So we're all done here. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you learned something, and follow me, I guess, whatever, Instagram, all that good stuff. So peace.